Well, the Mobile County court system making changes. That's after Fox 10 News highlighted a man who paid electronic monitoring for nearly 2 years after a grand jury decided not to indict him. Investigative reporter Brendan Kirby broke this story last week. And Brendan, this would prevent something like this from happening again.
Yeah, that's right, Cameron. That's the intent. I spoke with Mobile County Circuit Clerk. She tells me that she's implemented changes now that would ensure that the clerk's office inform defendants and their attorneys when grand juries decide not to indict. A judge in June 2023 sent a first-degree assault charge against Brenton McVeigh to a grand jury. 3 months later, the grand jury determined there wasn't enough evidence to indict him on charges stemming from a dispute during which police say he fired a gun, wounding a man, and accidentally killing his own twin brother. But somehow, the grand jury's decision wasn't entered into the court system's electronic records until last week, when I asked the district attorney's office why it was taking so long to present the case to a grand jury. Mobile County Circuit Clerk Ashley Long says she wants to make sure an oversight like that never happens again. She says her office now will send letters to the 40 or 50 defendants whose cases are no-billed each month.
Like I said, not just them, we're copying the defense attorney and the bonding company so everybody knows and everybody's on the same page and we don't get into this situation again. Previously, that the grand jury would send their report to us. It was sent over to the sheriff's office and the bonding companies, but it wasn't sent to the individual attorney. So my understanding is the attorney would literally be having to check that case month by month.
Defense attorney Chase Dearman welcomes the changes.
That's fantastic news, and I don't know why it hasn't been done already.
Dearman says his staff checks every Friday to see if there's been grand jury action in any of his cases. He says McVeigh paid $7,125 in fees for electronic monitoring, which was a condition of his bond. He says he's looking into whether McVeigh can get any of that money back, but he notes that it's a long shot since government employees generally have broad protections against lawsuits.
Due to the immunity statutes in Alabama, he's just out of luck. I mean, there's nothing that you can do. I know that he is very thankful that at least he was not locked up for those 2 years and did not lose 2 years of his life.
Mobile County District Attorney Keith Blackwood says he supports the changes implemented by the clerk. He says in addition to lists sent to the clerk's office and the judges, his office now also informs the sheriff's office electronic monitoring team.
So that they have the list of true bills and no bills as well, and that nobody under their supervision whose case is no bill falls through the cracks.
It's still unclear where all that money that McVeigh paid actually went. He had been paying a private company that was in charge of his electronic monitoring. The sheriff's office took over those duties, but for some reason that wasn't done in McVeigh's case. We're going to continue to try to find answers to those questions. Reporting live in the studio, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.